Morning, folks. It's Sunday, Mother's Day, actually. Happy Mother's Day to all y'all out there. This is Jeff from RV Diagnostics. I'm going to go over a scan reading with you, a generic. It's on a 2007 Ford, the 6.8 liter, big boy, or 8.2 liter, I'm sorry, V10, 6.8. You'll figure it out. I'm tired. It's early in the morning. I get up. I think it's like, 7 by now. So I'm going to flip this around. What we're going to talk about today is the generic side. Let's back out of there. All right, so we're going to go generic side, right? Readiness monitors. All right. We're going to show you some things. Monitors completed since the diagnostic test code has been cleared. This is the one that had the O2 code in it. Notice misfires monitored, fuel system component. But look at this catalyst. It's in the red, but it's not supported. Heated catalyst, not supported. We don't have it. EVAP system is not supported. Secondary air injection, not supported. So let's go down, see which. Well, look at that. O2 and O2 sensor heaters have not completed yet. So we're going to show you mode 6. Watch this. Onboard diagnostic. Let me back that up real quick. That's too slow for you. There. That's a $, but it's string 06 onboard monitored systems. Notice this says readiness monitor. So you go to mode 6. It's a very powerful tool. All right, so we're bringing it up. Now what we're going to do is, you see it? OBD to monitor, ID, MID, string 1, O2, bank 1, sensor 1. That's the upstream of the catalytic converter. Here we go. Now, yeah, it says Snap on here, but you can use any generic scanner with mode 6 and get this information. So, is the monitor ready? No. Is the cycle enabled? No. All right, so not completed. Not completed. Not completed. So there's three steps that this does. All right, so that's R to L, rich to lean. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do is go look at the bank 1 sensor tube downstream of the catalytic converter. See if this thing's even ran yet. All right, so see, the monitor ready? No. Is the sensor cycle enabled? No. The O2 sensor monitor cycle complete? No. But we'll go look. Now look, here's the value. 0, 0, 0. The mini is 0, the max is 0, so it's not completed. All right, so we'll go out of here. We'll see if there's any freeze frame, which means there was a code set. No freeze frame data stored. That's telling me there's no code. Sometimes. All right, so we're going to wait, stop communications. We're going to go out. We're going to go code menu. All right, key on engine off, self-test. Do not start engine. Continue. Now listen. Ready? You can hear the dog barking back here. P1000. That means the system has not completed. It hasn't went through its misfires. It hasn't went through its catalytic converter test. What it shows that it's not available on this model, but still, mode 6 will show you if it's passing, okay? And it engages the fuel pump. If it had an electric fan up front, it would turn that on. So back out. Now we're doing memory code. Okay, we lost communication with ABS module. pending. That's like a mode 7. No codes. So this had a O2 code in it. Alright, so get out of there. And I'm going to start it up. See if it'll... Starting up bone cold. There's the ABS on. Went off. It's about 56 degrees out, so we're going to let her come up. So I'm going to go to data. I'm going to go to fuel and O2 sensor data. PID, parameter identification. Basically a sensor. Alright, so we're doing 0 mile an hour, right? 21%. Got a lot of different readings here. 39 psi. So I'm going to select. Now, not every scanner lets you do this. All right. So what I'm worrying about is the heater of the O2 coming on. Right. Now this is the long-term, short-term fuel trim. All right, there's the voltage. Very important voltage. So get back out of there. All right, so the heater for 1 is on. That's upstream. Heater, bank 1, sensor 1. Heater, bank 1, sensor 2 is downstream. It's off. The fuel trims are minus. You're allowed to go plus or minus 10% on there. And the upstream is going constantly up and down, up and down. See, it's supposed to go like 0.1 to 0.9. This one is supposed to be pretty steady. Did you see that? It's not. So we'll get her hot because the catalytic converter is just starting up. So I'm going to rev her up, hold her like 2,000 RPM. A little bit more than 2,000 there. Kind of hard to get it to do that. Let me see here. Wait till I get my temperatures up. Let's see if I can bring temperature up. We'll get back out. Data. Continue. Alright, so hit the little green button. Hit this button over here. And it clears them all out. So what I'm worrying about is the heater. It's being activated. I'm worried about voltages. And look at that. I don't see no temperature. Hold on. Let me do this because can't believe it don't have a temperature. Look at that. Well, things happen, I guess. Alright, so yeah, see, she's still the downstream after the catalytic converter. Oxygen O, 2, sensor 2, 1, bank 1. So it's we'll bring all the readings up. There's the fuel temperature at 53 degrees. I told you it's like 50 some degrees out. It's in closed loop, CL. So that means the computer's controlling the fuel trim and reading off of the oxygen sensors. Alright, so the heater is on. Heater to 2-1 is on. There's your milliamp draw. How many amps? 2.2 amps. 2 amps. So that thing is heating up. And there's bank 2 sensor 1 drawing amps. That's what it is. See, O2 evaluation, that would be that mode 6. Hasn't evaluated the O2s yet. Alright, so we're going to let this thing fully warm up and we're going to see. I'm going to put you on pause. Okay, we're back. I went to the OBD2 side. Oops. Alright, so the temperature outside is 42 degrees. Told you a little chilly this morning. My kale's doing good in the garden. The intake air coming in is 59 degrees. The white bar is what I'm talking about. Engine coolant is up at 194. Ford's like 190 plus. Alright, the air coming in, that's because at 19 grams per second a watch, I'm going to let the RPM down. It's roughly at 2,000 or 1,800. Ready? I'm going to let it down. Watch that drop, grams per second, the white bar. See it there? Alright, so now we're idling. The pressure where I'm at sea levels 29.9 baro. Short term and long term are really nice, 1.4, 2.2. Now there's your voltage, bank 1 and bank 2. O2 voltage sensors 1.7. Remember, it's allowed to be 0.1 to 0.6. Now how can you get that to respond faster? Watch this. Go to this little right here. This ID right here. All scanners allow you to pick 1 or 2 PIDs, parameter IDs, or sensors, inputs. So I'm going to go down here where it says O2. Right, I want that one. And see, it puts a little lock on it. Then I would like bank 2 sensor 1. And it still doesn't have the one after it. So I'm happy with this. Now I hit this little blue button, arrow. And watch how fast it updates. See it? Before it was slow. Now we can graph it. Watch this. I can make it for us old people 2 times as big. Right? Oh, look at that, man. I can see now. Or I can graph it. Now watch this. I want 2 graphs. And I actually see the O2. Now that's graph. That's not a oscilloscope reading, but it's showing you it's going up and down. Now watch, I'm going to floor it. Watch what happens. Took a big gulp of air. Should go lean and then real quick rich. Because that means it locked in fuel there. Now watch, I'm going to go a little bit faster. And you should see them go faster. That's at 3,000 RPM. Now how can you tell if you got a fuel issue? You put your foot on the brake. You put this bad boy in gear. Let it stabilize. Right? Now watch. I'm going to floor it. It's in gear. It's called a stall test or a load test. She's doing real good fuel control. But notice the bottom of it. It's staying up top more. Now before, boom, boom. There you go. Look at that. She latched. Right there. She latched. It's called latching. That's rich. That's lean. Alright, so I'm going to put it back in park. Hopefully you learned a lot today. Looks like the O2s are responding very well. That's rich to lean. That has to happen in less than 150 milliseconds. Alright. 0.150 of a second. Rich to lean. Think about it. A wet sponge. A wet sponge takes a while to dry, so from rich to lean, which is wet, fuel, to lean, 150 milliseconds. Now think, a dry sponge can go from dry to wet faster, right? Suck it up. So, lean to rich, that low voltage I showed you on the O2, to rich, less than 100 milliseconds, 0.100. That's for those that want to really get a little bit more technical about it. Alright, this is Jeff from RV Diagnostics, just going over a Ford V10. A lot of them out there in RVs. The F53 chassis, F450, F350, F550 gassers is what we call them. And the other one is, I went over to the OBD2 side, Mode 6. I showed you how important it was. Thank you very much. It's Jeff from RV Diagnostics. Remember, how you get a hold of me? Well, you can email me, jeff@rvdiagnostics.com. The other one is join the Facebook page, right? RV Diagnostics and Troubleshooting, the little S sign, and not the and like at. The other one is the YouTube channel, which you're watching now, RV Diagnostics. What do you think? And then the other one is join the website, www.rvdiagnostics.com. That's where I do one-on-one with you. Telediagnostics, I'm looking at what you're doing through your phone camera system, Veeam, all kind of programs out there we can do on the Facebook, Messenger, video chat. And the other one is at my garage at 22480 Bloxham School Road, Bloxom, and Seaford, Delaware, 19973. Please don't just show up. When you join the website, you get my phone number. So if you want to show up, I need at least a 72-hour notice, because sometimes I go camping, and sometimes I like to enjoy a little bit of me, right? There's my pool. There's my doggy yard, which is known as the poop yard. And there's my little, where I drink coffee. That's the big garage that we're going to be working out of. You show up, I'm going to help you learn how to troubleshoot your own RV. All right, and then way back there's my garden. There's my neighbor's little travel trailer. I got to do something to that soon. All right, so thank you once again. All right. Safe travels. May your campfire burn bright. And what's our motto? Test, not guess.